Hi everyone, I'm Jason Morgan, editor of Fleet Equipment. Welcome to Fleet Equipment Unscripted. Clearly, we have something different today. I am with the fine folks at Western Star. We are driving the 49X, and I have Western Star's Samantha Parlier over there. You can kind of see her in the background. We are distant. So we're going to try to do this interview together. I am going to don my mask and then approach at a safe distance and ask her a few questions. So come along, and here we go. Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm doing the 6 feet thing. Thanks for having us out. I know it's been a strange year, but we're glad to be here.
We are glad you're here.
Okay, so I want to go through the safety features and what's really driving that in the vocational market. We've seen it grow a lot in the on-highway segment, right? Especially in the Detroit side, Detroit Assurance 5.0. First time you're bringing it over here. What are you hearing from customers now that you've announced this and brought it to market, and what's driving it? What are they seeing from this?
Yeah, it's interesting, especially in the vocational space. And what we're seeing drive it is what drives a lot of people, and that's litigation, right? Obviously, everybody is concerned about safety. You pointed out we're more than 6 feet apart. It's a safety issue. But the secondary thing is litigation. People want to make sure that they're not responsible for injuring anybody else. And so we're seeing now that the technology has improved so much that even in the vocational space, customers are more accepting and have flipped to demanding it. They will not spec trucks without safety systems.
So let's back up for a minute because we have the new trucks here, and I know that safety was kind of a paramount design focus going through. Can you take me through some of maybe the passive safety features that are helping people out here?
One of the biggest ones you may not even think of as safety is you see me standing in the front of this truck. I'm all of 5'2", maybe 5'2 and a half with these shoes on, and from where I'm standing, the driver can see me. It seems trivial, but that's amazing. We spent a lot of time in the design of the front end of this truck, including the hood and the chassis system that supports it, to ensure we could sink that radiator down and have a really aggressive slope without sacrificing cooling and horsepower. So you've got a DD16 engine in there. It's the biggest in the market. Nobody else has a 16 liter. And we still keep a sloped hood where you can see someone like me from the driver's seat from less than a foot away from the front of the truck. It's pretty impressive. Probably the least recognized safety feature of the truck, in my opinion.
Right, and we were driving the trucks around today, and the visibility was excellent. And what it was pointed out a lot of times, the hood doesn't move, right? Going over the rough terrain doesn't move. We got to look at the spring system inside that made that possible. Very cool.
Excellent.
But let's look at the ladder steps. Can we go back there and take a look? Because I know this was kind of a fun thing that you had mentioned during the press conference about a month or so ago. But the design and everything that went into something seemingly simple, right?
Yeah, and actually you called them ladder steps, and they are not ladder steps. They're actually staircase instead of ladder. And the reason it seems like, okay, you're gonna put some steps on here. And in the past, our steps would have been much more vertical. So that would be like a ladder.
Okay.
You're going up the ladder. Now they're more like a staircase. And if you come around actually this angle back here, you'll notice we invested engineering time and money into creating that by creating a second step. So it's easy to take this step and use it twice, right? You have to do more work, more part numbers, more engineering, more call outs to create one that is actually it's angled and it's supported all the way under. So it's bent down and welded at the side here for extra stability. But that allows us to sneak it over. So when you're in the truck, and it's a great thing to get a shot of. And I'll open the door, show it to you, and step out of the way so you can get a safe shot from a distance. This is actually the top step, this Western Star Sill plate, which is rugged. It's great for wiping dirt off your boots, as well as a metal piece that's really solid and it's got tracks on it. And then you can see all three of these when you look out, and they're all offset, so it's just like a staircase instead of a ladder. One of the things that many people don't know from a safety aspect is that slip and falls are the second most common job site injury, and a lot of those is when you're getting in and out of the truck. We talk about vocational customers in and out of the truck, the drivers as much as 50 times a day. Right. Completely different from an on-highway situation where you can get in and drive for hours on end.
Right, and I think I've been in and out like 20 times myself today,
right? So if you just like show that shot straight down, you can see how when you lean out, the driver can see all three of those steps.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's absolutely unusual in the truck industry to be able to like look out, see every step all the way down. Also, as you're getting out, you're utilizing those grab handles, and this particular truck has an exterior optional grab handle. So you put that on the outside. It's common on a job site to jump up and talk to somebody. They'll roll the window down. You're like, "Hey, Fred, dump your load over there," right?
Right.
And you can hop down. So we've got a grab handle on the outside and grab handles on the inside, and we even went to through the difficult task of making this pocket a grab handle. I'll show off a little bit of my acrobatics for you.
Okay, this is what yes. Awesome.
Did you notice the dismount? That was particularly well done, and as I proud of myself. But this is actually a metal piece as well, so it's a grab handle. So you have a grab handle here, here, and here on this particular truck.
Right. Well, and that was one of my favorite things when you did the initial announcement was you hanging on the mirror. So I'm glad we got you hanging on the door. There are so many things you could just hang off on this truck.
The
it's
mirrors,
great.
You can do pull-ups on the mirrors. You know, you talked about passive safety, and the mirrors are really one of those things. When you're on a job site, you're often performing work in the vocational space at different engine RPM. So if you're offloading product, if you're just idling, and you actually have to tune the mirror for all of those situations for 700 RPM, 750, 800, all the way up to highway speeds, 1500 RPMs. And those mirrors are solid. I know, Jason, you've been driving them all day.
Yep.
They do not vibrate.
No, it's true, and the visibility is really great. Moving to the more technology advanced, the Detroit Assurance 5.0, first time coming to Western Star with the Detroit engine in the new DT12 vocational series. What went into bringing that into the vocational space? Were there any tweaks you had to make? What are customers in this space looking for that maybe might be unique?
Yeah, it's completely unique from the on-highway DT12. It's actually its own transmission, the DT12 Vocational and Vocational X Series. Vocational Extreme is what we call it. There are vocational features. So a simpler one is like the shift maps, where you do not want to lose traction on a muddy job site, on a logging road, in the snow, slogging through life. And so it holds the shift maps higher. So there's a couple different levels. Performance, which is you can use it if you're a little bit heavier, and it'll hold that shift map higher, longer. And then you can switch to off-road, which is even more aggressive. But then there's other features like Paver Mode. So when you're being pushed, when you're doing asphalt paving, you're in a dump truck and you're dumping out of the back, and it's being pushed forward by the paver. So there's actually a roller on the front that's pushing the tires on the truck, moving it forward. Now imagine as this hot asphalt's coming out of the back, if you were to put on the brakes to shift into drive, you're going to create a bump in the asphalt, and no one's going to be very happy with you. So we have Paver Mode, where you shift into drive, you push forward, and you can roll away and drive away. So that's one of the things developed for the DT12V just for this product. Another one is rock-free mode. I think you got a chance to try that earlier, where if you do have the unfortunate luck of being in really soft terrain or snow or deep mud, it actually feathers the clutch and engages and disengages the clutch much faster than even a manual transmission could do, and allows you to rock out and rock free from whatever you're stuck in.
Right. And there was I really felt like there was a huge difference. Maybe it was I'm not super experienced in the vocational space, right? But I do, especially we were in the quarry, we got some great footage of that coming out of the quarry. On the off-road mode, it just felt, I don't know, you felt like you had more confidence maybe. The way it handled the torque was more consistent. And then on the performance mode, the pickup there was really, really good, just kind of maneuvering around the job site. So definitely a big difference there in how that feels. It's
almost a little eerie how well it drives in such extreme off-road situations. It almost feels unnatural, maybe a little bit wrong, because it's so good. You think, are we really driving on these quarries? Are we really driving over these obstacles? And you are. And the truck is flawless, including the transmission.
Right, and all that integration then with the Assurance 5.0, which we had a demo of today as well, kind of enabling all that. I mean, I was even impressed as to how smooth that system's all operating, even compared to when we saw it maybe about a year and a half ago in pre-production, right?
Yep.
So very cool to see it come to Western Star.
Yeah, it's absolutely fabulous.
Samantha, thank you so much. Thank you for having us. We are
Thanks
super happy to be here.
We're glad you finally made it.
That's right. We'll talk to you again soon.
Take care.